Huh?
I've got a little cold.
You sick, all right?
Well, that too.
Huh?
I said, well, that too.
Mentally and physically.
Wait till I start that.
All right, let's see what we got here. Lee, don't touch, don't do that. Don't do that. How old are you? Okay, you're not 13. All right, tell me your first name.
Katarina.
Say that again,
Katarina.
like the ballerina, Katarina.
I guess. I guess.
Where are you from?
Alexandria.
Whereabouts in Alexandria?
You know where Boise is?
Yeah, but that's boys. That ain't
Yeah, well,
Alexandria.
I'm from Boiseville. I'm mainly in LA.
Boise is his own city.
I know, but like I'm in between both.
What have you been using besides people?
Fentanyl and meth.
Fentanyl and meth. I can tell. Which one's your favorite?
Fentanyl.
How old are you? About 9?
19.
Huh?
19.
Same thing. 9 and 19 are the same thing. Did you know that? What brought you to us?
I got back on the needle, and I realized I needed help.
Do you want help?
Yes, sir.
'Cause you've been needing it.
So yeah, I finally realized it.
The need has to turn
And
to
I wanted
want.
it.
How many times you been to treatment?
I ain't never did.
Never?
Never did.
So you just woke up one morning and decided to come to Woodlake?
Well, I got tired of living the way I was living.
How was you living?
Miserable.
You wasn't living, you was existing.
Oh, yes, sir.
Because if you was actually living, guess what you wouldn't have to put in you?
The needle and drugs.
That's right. You know, when somebody wants some help, nothing, listen to this, okay? Nothing or nobody can stop it. Somebody like me who knows what the hell they're talking about suggests something to you, you know what you say? No, hell no. You say, okay. Because anything that I'm going to tell you has to be 1,000 times better than what you tell yourself. If you get nothing else out this morning, I want you to listen to what I'm fixing to tell you. You should take a look at where you're at 19. What's your first name?
Kelly,
Kelly? Where are you from?
originally Baton Rouge, but I'm in Ascension Parish now.
When I ask somebody where they from, that's where they were born.
At Baton Rouge,
Okay. Now, where do you stay?
Ascension.
Okay. So what part of Baton Rouge are you from?
The Kenilworth Highland Road area.
Where you went to school?
Oh, I was in public, so my
But where?
high school was McKinley.
Okay. What have you been using?
Meth.
Okay. How come your hair don't look like hers? She was using meth.
Because I'm 50 and she's 19.
Same thing. Physically is different, but y'all the same age mentally.
Yeah.
Same age. You ever been to treatment?
No, my first time.
Why are you here? What happened?
Just, and mine wasn't just a spur of the moment. I had to think about it. Just tired of the same old shit and knew it could only get worse.
You got any legals?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You just woke up and decided to come get some help.
Called my 2 grown adult girls and they didn't even know. Told them what I've been doing.
Oh, they did.
Well,
They did something with us.
maybe
They may not
didn't
do
admit
it
it anyway, but
now.
just told them I've had enough. I don't, it's only gonna get worse. I've got grandkids and I want to have a normal work life, grandmother life, that kind of thing.
Why are you telling me all that shit? I ain't even asked you that.
So you won't ask me anymore? Filling in. Just, I did it. Just didn't, I knew it could get worse.
You finished?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Sorry.
What's up with you? You still making it?
No, I'm plugging along.
Okay.
Then without my bush beard.
When did you get here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
When did you get here?
3 days ago.
How many?
3,
And what's your first name?
Michelle,
Where are you from?
home,
Okay, what you been using?
crack
Crackhead?
cocaine.
Me too. How long you been smoking crack?
5 months strong, day and night,
5 months.
all day and night.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, 5.
No, you haven't. So that would mean you've been up for 5 months. You've been smoking it all day and all night.
Well, I smoke it till I pass out.
Okay, okay.
Then I'll wake
So what
up.
I just said was, no, you haven't. It's
Okay.
true.
All right.
Okay. How y'all function in the real world is beyond
We
me.
don't function in the real world. That's
What
all.
you mean,
Yeah.
weed?
Well, I
You
don't.
must have a rat in your pocket.
Yeah.
Weed.
Me, myself, and I.
Let me ask you something.
What?
All right, go ahead, take that off. It's
Alright.
gonna get a lot hotter in here for you. The way that you carry yourself, the way that you do things, how well is it working for you?
Not at all.
Okay, well then you gotta start carrying yourself differently. And that is, when somebody says something to you, you don't try to deflect it by joking about it. And people who do that, they do that because it keeps them from looking at the real truth and it keeps them from actually crying. I know, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to treatment?
Once before,
Most of the crackheads have. Where did you go?
went to Rayville,
When?
2 years ago.
So that's it?
Mhm.
So it's safe to say you've never had treatment.
Well, I stopped smoking, crack on my own.
I didn't say none of that.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I got back on it.
Do you want some help?
Yes, I do.
What's your first name?
Lauren,
What?
Lauren
Where are you from?
from Fort Reno,
Like
Nevada.
state Nevada?
Mhm.
Okay. You nervous?
My legs fall asleep.
Huh?
My legs fall asleep.
What you been using?
Heroin, meth.
Heroin and meth
Mhm.
together?
Mhm.
Well, I thought one got you way up.
Eating out, I guess. I don't know.
Oh. So if you use them together instead of way up or way down, it just gets you even. You know what else will get you even? Nothing. You ever been to treatment? Why are you here? What happened? Something happened.
I ended up homeless and
Now, when somebody tells me they're homeless, I ask them a few questions to see if they were really actually homeless. Because you know what homeless actually means. You're sleeping on the street or under a bridge. You don't have a car. You don't have any friends to go stay with. You're not jumping from couch to couch. So were you on the street?
pretty much.
No. It ain't pretty much.
Well, I was staying with these people that didn't have electricity.
Okay, but you wasn't homeless. Okay. So see, I have been. I know what it means. Do you want some help? Okay, we're gonna find out in a minute. First name,
And
where are you from?
Texas,
Well, Texas is big,
it is big.
so would it be like?
I was born in Austin and I grew up in Corpus
Okay,
and I went to high school in Dallas.
okay, what you been using?
And Jordan.
Liquid, just liquid? What?
And then
What?
beer mostly lately.
Big Bush beer?
Sure, Budweiser, yeah.
If I put everything on a table, I told Ann
Mhm.
to go pick her favorite one, what would you pick?
Here.
Okay, what kind? You get one pick.
Regular Coors in a can.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Have you ever been to treatment?
Yes, sir. I
How many times?
have. Sir.
Okay, where'd you go the first time?
Red River,
What year?
years ago, like I was really young, maybe 20,
20 years ago?
no, 10 years ago, about 10 years ago.
Okay. Did you finish it?
Yes,
What did they tell you to do?
lots of things.
No, they didn't. They told you to do three basic things. They told you to go to meetings, right? Get a sponsor, right? Do the damn steps.
Yes,
Did you?
no,
Why not?
I didn't want to.
Then why'd you go to treatment?
I wanted help, but I wasn't ready for it. And when I left Red River, honestly, I went to a bar. I left and
But I
was-
didn't ask you none of that.
That's,
But I didn't ask you none of that.
I was just.
I know, y'all must be related, y'all. So you went to treatment a second time?
Yes, sir,
Where?
at the tree house.
The
Yeah,
tree house.
yeah. I know,
Where was that at?
in the middle of Texas.
Okay. One of them wilderness programs?
Yeah, like a spa.
You learned how to make a fire and shit?
Yeah.
Hot rocks and all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like hot rocks too? What do you mean it's terrible? You were doing it. So did you finish that one?
Yes, sir.
What did they tell you to do? Build a tree house? So let's throw that one out the
Do
window.
some yoga.
Where
do
else
some-
did you go?
That's it.
This is the third treatment?
Mm-hmm.
So it's safe to say that you're gonna get some real treatment this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, I tell you what, this is what you do if you hope. Hold both hands out. Hold
I
both,
know.
okay. Hope in this one.
Walked into that one.
And shit in that.
Walked into that one.
And tell me which one fills up the quickest.
My dad says that.
Well, I'm not your dad.
I know.
I'm gonna prove that in a minute.
Okay.
So, do you want some help?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What's your first name? Say it again, with your hand
Kyra.
out on your mouth.
Kyra,
Kyra, where are you from?
Charlie,
Okay, what you been using?
heroin,
How?
sorted,
How else? Okay. How old are you?
23.
Whenever you were like 13 physically, did you ever think you'd be sticking needles full of heroin in your arm? Ain't that crazy? What genius turned you on to that shit? Huh? You better change friends then. So have you ever been to treatment? How many times?
Twice.
Where? First time, where?
Sunset, Canadian Addiction Center.
Okay. Did you finish it?
Sir,
What year was that?
2017.
Okay. And you finished. What did they tell you to do?
On the sponsor, go to meetings, and
Do the steps. Did you? Why not?
that I want to.
Then why'd you go to treatment?
My little girl to get my mother back.
Did you get her back?
I just wanted to get high.
I get that. Look, I get that part. What I don't get is why would you go to treatment if you really didn't want some help?
I was just trying to show the court that I wasted treatment.
I heard all of that nonsense. So where else did you go?
Victory. You like it?
Okay. And did you, what year was that?
2018,
Did you finish it? What'd they tell you to do?
same thing.
Well, repeat it, you need to hear it. What'd they tell you to do?
Find a sponsor, which I did. Do the steps,
Which you did not.
which I only made it to step 4.
Yeah, well, which,
And
like
I
I say,
didn't
which
do-
you did not.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And go to meetings
Yeah.
and.
You found the sponsor and went to meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and got loaded again. Yeah, because you did not do what they said. So guess what we're gonna tell you to do, which is what?
Do the steps, find a sponsor, and go to meetings.
Yeah, something your track record proves you're not gonna do. I mean, your track record proves that. You went to 2 places and they told you that yet. Quit looking down at that book and look at me. You've been to 2 places that have told you, quit looking down and look at me. To go to meetings, get a sponsor and do the steps, and you will not do it. So if you were a betting woman, let's say I was sitting where you're sitting, and you were sitting here, and I told you I've been to 2 places, and they told me, go to meetings, get a sponsor, and do the steps, and I didn't do it. Would you say, well, I think you will on the 3rd time? What would you say? Yeah. Look, don't do all that. That don't work with me. That don't work with me. Okay? It's time to dry it up. Okay? Because we're gonna work in the real world here. We're gonna start operating on the truth. And the truth, you're not gonna like. Now, do you want some help? What's your first name? Bridget, where are you from? What you been using?
Primarily in alcohol.
Are you sure?
Yes. No, I moderate.
How you doing the benzos? You eating them?
Eating them.
Like Skittles?
Yes, sir.
That's why I asked you, are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
You ever been to treatment?
Yes,
How many times?
twice.
Where?
Grove and Serenity.
Okay. Well, you might have got something.
I feel that I did, but I'm here to finish it and bring it on home.
Well, why didn't you do it at one of them other ones?
I wasn't ready.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is pretty stupid.
I
I
mean,
gotta say, my
think-
best thing
think
is
about
out here.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
but think about it. I went somewhere for help, but I don't want help.
It was a cry for help. How about that?
Do you want some help?
Yes.
Because I know for sure at one of them, you got some sort of semblance of help.
I did. And once I experienced that, I believe,
Is Jeff still trying to act like me?
yeah, with that southern drawl that
He's
Jack
a
Nicholson.
put on.
He is, but it's a
Well, I don't know, you're in here.
But something started.
Oh, I'm sure.
The seeds were planted and now.
Yeah, chaos started between your ears.
But I couldn't escape it, you know, because it's real. It's real and it means something.
How would you know what's real?
Fair enough.
You can't differentiate the truth from the false.
But that's the thing about life, though. It reaches everywhere. I mean, what's in you is in you. I can't explain it.
No shit, Sherlock. Hey, when that doctor slaps you on the butt and you take your first breath, life is in you.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, whether you live it or exist in it, that's
That's our personal choice, you know? We go through this life and it's up to us to decide how we react to it.
I'm not gonna argue with you on that point.
Yeah,
And you chose to live in it, and not live in it, but exist in it.
yeah.
Yeah. And that sucks.
It absolutely
I
does.
know, it sucks so bad, you gotta put something in you to change the way you feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more of that.
That's what you say. But if you don't do something, I will bet my house, which is almost paid for, that you will use again.
Up to me.
Well, it's up to you to tap into a power
Greater than myself. I can't do it. My will broke me down.
You know, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you. And I got some fear for you.
Me too.
Yeah. Because it sounds like you got all the answers.
So.
Well, I know that, but I tell you, it sounds like you did. I want you to do yourself a favor. Turn to the first page in the big book. Tell me what's on it.
Bill's story.
No, it's not.
See, when you said the first page.
Look. Okay. Turn to the first page. Tell me what's on it. That's right.
I got it. Okay.
I'm not sure you do. See, the reason the first page in the big book is blank is because that's what you know about this program. Absolutely nothing. What's your first name, young lady?
Andrea.
Say it one more time.
Andrea.
Andrea. Okay. Where are you from, Andrea? Whereabouts? Whereabouts in New Orleans?
French Waters.
Okay. That's where you were born and raised?
I wasn't born yet, but I'm born in New Orleans.
Where in New Orleans?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old jail.
Okay. What you been using?
Crack cocaine, marijuana.
Favorite thing? No. When I say favorite thing, that means what is it? One.
Crack.
Okay. How long you been smoking crack?
8 years.
You know, the first time they ever smoked that shit, they didn't call it crack. No, freebasing. You ever been to treatment?
No.
Why are you here? I don't see one. Huh? They call that an obsession. That's between your ears. He's telling you to put the first one in. No matter what you do, what you say, where you go, who you with. We can move you to the Greenland ice cap. Yeah, somebody showed up with some crack there, you'd smoke it there. Yeah. Have you tried to put it down?
Try.
I know, that's what I asked. Are you staying? Will you tell her if you're staying, and you can stay, that if you're staying, to get in here now? Now. So you've never been to treatment?
Never.
Okay. So tell me, why are you here?
I want help.
You do?
I do.
Okay. If you do, you have struck the motherland. If you really want some help. When did you get here? Pull your chair up over here in the front. When did you get here?
Friday.
What's your first name?
Julie.
Julie?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from Walker.
Well, you ain't got far to go.
No, I don't. Down the road. I'm back home.
Well, when you get to the door, go right.
Yeah. I got you. I'm not going back to the same place. I'm going to stay somewhere.
Well, hopefully you're gonna stay here for a
Oh,
minute.
I'll be here until I need to. I'll
What?
finish my program.
Well, no, we don't want you to finish your program. Your program is the reason you're sitting here,
The program that I'm learning in.
Okay.
This place is what I.
but you never finish it. It is a lifelong program. So what have you been using?
Heroin.
IVN?
No, snort it. Snort it straight up. Never got in New York.
It's coming.
Oh, no, it's not big. I can promise you that. I ain't going back. That's why I'm here.
No, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you will be shooting.
You're right about that.
I know, that's why I said that.
Yeah. If that's what happens, but that's not what's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, look, you say a lot. Don't back much of it up. I mean, if we're gonna talk about being the truth, that's the truth. You say a lot. Have you ever been to treatment
2 times before.
where,
Woodlake in Ethel 6 years ago, and right after that, I went to Townsend for an intensive outpatient treatment.
where?
I went to Woodlake out in Ethel.
No, the second one.
Townsend. I went to hey, I finished that treatment.
I bet you
I've been
did.
sober for 6 years.
Charles Manson was sober for 47.
He was in prison.
Yeah, you've been in prison.
Never.
The hell you ain't. You've been locked up here for years.
In them 10 years I was on fentanyl, I was. That's why.
You know, the
I
crazy shit is, he was locked up and couldn't get out. You locked up and came. You're alone. So what happened when you left Alpha?
Relapsed.
No, you didn't.
Relapsed, and I said I needed something better.
You gotta do, you have to do something. So you have to make a lap to relapse.
Yeah.
And you never made a lap. You just pick back up. Go get you some water, son. Now, you finished Alpha?
No, that's why I went.
You left or we put you out?
I stayed for 28 days,
Oh.
but I never finished the program there.
Wait a minute, slow down a minute. So when you were in Alpha, you stayed for 28 days? And what happened?
I thought I was good.
So you left?
I love,
Okay, so you left against medical advice?
yeah.
Okay, and what happened?
Well.
You got loaded again?
Let me tell you what happened. I told my ex, before I got home, I said, throw all my shit away. Throw my fentanyl pads,
Yeah,
when I got back, you know what? He was so busy trying to sell this shit
Yeah.
that it was still there.
So you used it again?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I went to. I
Yeah.
said that wasn't enough. So I went
See,
back and I.
look,
put up
listen,
this program.
listen to me, listen. Are y'all two related? Huh? Cause y'all sound like y'all know everything. Let me ask you something. If you stayed in Ethel for sit up, for 28 days, you learned just enough for us to have screwed your using days up for good.
No, you can't never learn enough in that story. Huh? It's a lifelong thing you gotta live about.
Well, let me ask you this. When you pick back up, right when you got home, right? Right? How long before you ran into town?
Oh, it was me. I was like.
I know. You know why it was so quick?
I knew I-
Because we screwed your using days up. That's why. See, because a head full of that big book, which you got, and a belly full of dope is not a good mix.
I didn't want to do it. I was miserable.
That's what I just said.
In that 10 years I was using, I didn't want to do it no more. I still don't want to do
But-
it anymore. I don't want to go back.
But why are you repeating what I just said? That's about the most intelligent thing I've heard you say. Is I don't know.
So we're gonna get suggestions.
Not we, you,
I'm here.
I guess because I don't need you telling me what I already know.
which is nothing. I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm actually going to tell you the truth about yourself again, and maybe it'll be like some fucking mud will stick this time.
I was already expecting this when I walked in. I knew what was up.
No, you didn't know.
I
You had an idea.
I knew what was up.
Is that why you sat in that last seat?
No, it was the seat that was open when I come in. So that's how I
Do
get front
do
load.
you have, anybody ever told you you'd give an aspirin a headache? Huh? Do this for me. Look, do this for me. Like it broke your damn face, son, smile. Smile a little bit every now and then. Quit taking yourself so seriously. Be okay.
It's not a good day.
Lucy.
It's been a bad day. I ain't gonna lie to everybody. I need to laugh today. I need to get.
Loosen up a little bit. Do you have a family? What do you have? Look, when I ask y'all if you have a family, mother, father, brother, sister, kids, what do you have? Got,
I got a grandmother, mother,
keep going.
and a dad.
Okay, any kids? What do you have?
3 older brothers, 2 grandkids, and 2 adult girls,
Okay, so how old are the girls?
32 and 27.
How old are the grandkids?
14 months and 7.
And you got 3 older brothers,
Yes,
so that would make you the
the
baby.
baby.
Imagine that shit.
Yeah.
What do you have? Sit back, stay a while. What do you have?
I have one older brother, one little brother, and I have my son.
How old is your son?
15.
Where are your parents?
They're all dead. The rest of
Do you have any aunts and uncles?
them, they're all dead.
Okay, what you got?
I got my parents, brothers and a sister.
Where are you in the second order?
I'm the second, or the first middle child.
Okay. Any kids?
Mhm.
I mean,
One,
where?
she's at my dad,
How old is she?
7.
So he's been raising her?
No, well, I've been raising her up until this last year. She was with me until I started using.
So you've only been using for the last year? My, how far down you've come. What do you have?
My mom and my dad, and I have an older brother.
Any kids? What do you have?
Mom, dad, aunts, uncles, and I have a little girl. I have an older brother and a little sister. I mean, older brother, older sister.
How old is your little girl?
She will be 4 in 5 days.
Where is she at?
She's with my aunt and uncle.
What's your first name? Why do you sit way in the back? Where are you from?
The city.
Baton Rouge?
No. The city is,
In New Orleans?
yes.
Okay.
Oxford.
I know where mid-city in New Orleans is, but they have a mid-city in Baton Rouge and they have a mid-city like fucking 50 other states. What you been using?
Just alcohol.
Just alcohol.
Yes, sir.
What kind?
Vodka, whiskey, and beer.
Favorite kind?
Bourbon straight up.
Okay. And so why are you here? What happened? Something happened.
My mother died of this disease, and I decided to get it.
Okay. And when did that take place?
July.
Okay. And she drank?
Yes, sir.
The alcoholism is what got her? It's not a good feeling to watch that. I had to watch a brother die.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks were not very pleasant to look at. You know one of the last things he told me? I said, bro, why you didn't do something? I don't know, kid. He said, but it's too late now. See, but that's not the case for you. Do you want some help?
I'm here.
Yeah, but I didn't ask you that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you were listening when I was talking to this one over here, but I told her, if you really want some help, anything that I suggest, you would say, okay. But see, anything that we suggest has to be 1,000 times better than what you've been doing for yourself. Let's say for shits and giggles, you actually do that. You're going to have to do some things that you really don't want to do. You know that? And if you don't do this, you start drinking again, you're gonna do some things that you really don't wanna do. So either way, whether you do it or you don't, guess what you're fixing to do? That's the question. Some shit you don't wanna do. You just gotta figure out what results do you want from doing what you don't wanna do. Do you want the results from the program or the results from your program? Which one do you want? Your program or this program? Oh, it ain't mine.
But
It's ours. Do you want them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. The way you get our results is you do what we've done. And the good news for you is you got somebody who knows how to do it. Now, besides your mother, and she's still your mother no matter where she's at. What else do you have, family-wise?
A loving father and 2 loving brothers, younger,
Younger brother,
yes.
how much younger?
3 months difference, in 7 years.
Okay. Now, you do know you're supposed to be a role model.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have?
I have a mother I haven't spoken to in 3 years.
I didn't ask you that. Just what do you have?
Nothing.
You have a mother, okay?
But I haven't.
Okay, well, look, listen to me. No, don't say nothing. Listen means disengage this and engage these. That's what listen means. Now, have a mother. Correct. Okay, now speak. What else do you have? Do you have any siblings? Do you have any aunts and uncles? Okay, so just your mother. Is your father deceased or is he still here? He's deceased, but he's still your father. Okay, what do you have? Okay, and where are you in the pecking order with the sisters? You the oldest, the middle, the youngest? Okay, what else you got? You got any kids?
yeah, I got 7.
Okay, well, hell, you almost got a baseball team. What else? So,
No ice.
okay, so the kids, I want you to start with the youngest one. And I want you, no names, age, youngest to oldest, go.
Okay. 26, 29, 33, 30,
Keep going.
24,
How many boys?
4.
And 4 girls. Okay, refresh my memory, what you got?
I got 4 kids.
Oldest to youngest.
24, 27, 24. One will be 19 and 16.
So when you got out of treatment last time, which was what year?
2020.
How long did you stay dry?
Not long.
Well, I mean,
Okay, I know, I understand.
just a day.
6 months.
Okay, in those 6 months, the first 4, did the kids get their hopes and dreams built up a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah. And then you yanked it out from under you. What do you have, family-wise?
I got aunts, uncles, mom, dad, I got a twin brother, I got an older sister.
Oh my God, there's another one of you?
Yeah, and I got
got 2 kids. and
How old
I
are
have
the
2 babies,
kids?
19 and 23
Boys or girls?
girls.
So the family that you told me about, okay? Do you love them? Do you? You? Why y'all look like bobbleheads in the back of a car? Speak.
Yes,
Do you?
no,
You don't love that little girl?
I love my baby, but not my parents or others.
Okay, well, I said, do you love your family? She's family, right? Okay. What about you?
Yes, I do.
You? Yoo-hoo.
Definitely.
Okay, you? You?
Yes.
What about you? You?
I do.
Now, out your mouth, you say you did, right? Just told me yes, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do your actions say you do or you don't?
My actions say I don't.
Okay. What's your mouth say? No, your mouth just said yes. What do your actions say? What's your mouth say? Your actions. What's your mouth say?
Yeah.
Your actions.
No,
What's your mouth say?
yes,
Your actions. What's your mouth say?
Yes.
Your actions.
Yes and yes. My actions brought me back to my love for my kid. You have no idea.
Oh, I have a better idea
Yeah, I
than you
bet
do.
you do.
Now, if you notice, I'm a little slow, as you can tell. But I want you to explain to me how snorting a toxic poison up your nose and living the way you've been trying to live shows you love those 2 kids. Now, I want you to explain that to me.
Would you?
Yeah.
Deal is the reason why I went, and so I didn't have to think about what my youngest one was doing. So yeah, that's what, because I loved her, I didn't want to have to feel that pain. But then I fucked up and realized, how can I be there for her or be a mother for her if I did? That's why I'm here. My
How long
actions
you
brought me
been
back
using?
here. So yeah, I love
How long have you been
her.
using?
2.5 months.
No. From the time you first picked up anything to the last time you used. How long?
I went 6 years without doing it.
But how long?
Off and on, probably for about the past year when all this shit was going on, but I went.
How old were you when you first used anything?
I was 26,
26. Okay. And how old are you now?
43.
Okay. So from 26 to 43, off and on, you've been using.
No, for 10 years, I was straight.
I said off and on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Whatever.
Look, I want you to do yourself a favor, okay? And I want you to listen to what I'm fixing to tell you, okay? Okay? You can't change anything you will not acknowledge. If me and you were standing up here talking to some people, what's your first name? I said, Julie, you got a booger in your nose. And you went, no. And I went, no, Julie, you got a big booger in your nose. And you went, no, I don't. And I went, okay, girl. And about 10 minutes later, you went to the little girl's room and you potted. And you walked up to the laboratory and you was washing your hands and you looked in the mirror and you saw a big booger in your nose. What would you do?
That'd be kind of stupid to
What-
say that.
what would you do?
Somebody come out and booger around and say, thank you.
But I didn't ask you none of that. I asked you, what would you do?
I don't know, I just don't see it in the same way.
Would you get it out?
Hell yeah, I would.
Okay. See, you wouldn't believe me, but when you saw what I was trying to tell you, at that instant, you got it out, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you came back in here and we started talking again, would you feel a little embarrassed?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid.
And if a little rush of wind went by your nose, would you go, sure, I got all of that shit out? See, you can't change anything you will not acknowledge. Now, I'm telling you, people like me and you don't end up in places like this, because out there, our actions are proven that we love our families. So you chew on that for a minute. Don't smoke it, just chew on it.
Well, I'm here because I do love them. I don't want to.
Well, again, that's what you say,
I slipped, I realized I slipped and fucked up.
but that's what you
But
say.
that's why I'm here to get it right, because I do.
Well,
love
you're
them. I
actually
have to be
here, you're actually here because of your selfish, self-centered, inconsiderate, and dishonest behavior. That's why you're here. Now, how many of y'all come in here and y'all say a bunch of shit out your mouth? And then you turn around, you do the complete opposite. Hey, no, I got you. You turn around, you do the complete opposite of what you say. Now, you say, I love my family, right? What you said, right? And then you turn around and you do the complete opposite of what you say. You're actually a walking, talking contradiction of your own self. Now, down here in mid-city, somebody says one thing out their mouth, and they turn around and do the complete opposite. What y'all call that down there? You know what we call that shit in North Baton Rouge? Full of shit. And that's why you're sitting in here. Because you're 100% bona fide, full of shit.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, not that you're full of shit. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is you actually believe the shit that comes out your mouth. That's the crazy part. Right? I love my family. You a true believer in God?
Yes.
You? You?
Yes, sir.
What about you? You? Yeah. That's what you say out your mouth. What do your actions say you are, you not? So your actions say you are or you're not? That you are or you're not? Okay. Okay. What do your actions say? That you are or you not? Don't look. Don't say what you think I want to hear. You've been doing that long enough. Telling people what they want to hear. I want you to tell me what you think. Okay? Now, you said out of your mouth you're a true believer in God, right? Do your actions back that up? Okay. Does it make you a bad person? No. You know why it don't make you a bad person? That's the question. Do you know why that does not make you a bad person? God don't make bad people. What it makes you is a sick person. And we work on that if you want to. But how many of y'all come in here and y'all say a bunch of shit out your mouth, and then you turn around and you do the complete opposite of what you say? Now, do you know what a true believer in God is? That's just yes or no. What?
Praying and calling constantly and believing the writings in the Bible and just the whole.
No.
No.
Go get you some damn water.
Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sick.
I know you sick.
Well, that too.
Look, a true believer in God. They do not believe in God. They know what God can do. They get their ass out the way and they let God direct them. Now, do you do that? Do you? Do you? Okay. Look, again, it don't make you a bad person. What it makes you is a sick person. And it's a great thing that you're sick and not bad, because we can't work on bad. But we can work on if you want to. And if you don't want to, you probably won't be here long. Now, everybody sitting in here, yoo-hoo! Everybody sitting in here, I want you to listen to this, okay? Nobody or nothing can keep you from this message unless you choose to let them interfere with it. Now, some people in here are sicker than others. She's a prime example. Now, when you were out there being sick, what did you want people to show you? Some patience, some tolerance, some forgiveness. But you forget what that shit is when you have to show it to another sick person, don't you? But yet, when the shoe's on the other foot, and it's time to be shown to you, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Now, you can't ask for forgiveness if you won't forgive. I'll take care of her, I promise you. You take care of you. Now, how many of y'all come in here and y'all are so full of shit, it's pathetic? And the crazy thing about it is you actually believe the shit that comes out your mouth. Now, again, I'm a little slow, as y'all can tell, right? Yeah. People out there, by their actions, are showing they're true believers in God and they love their families. Guess where they do not ever end up? Here. So if you're sitting in here, as those professionals say, you have some damn issues. Now, the million-dollar question is, do you want some help with those issues? That's the question. Now, what? Hey, I want you to listen to this. Don't be looking over there like you do with everybody else. You're going to look this way. Okay? Because look, I'm telling you, this is your last strike with me. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now, people who come in here and really put this program into action, what they do up here is start to change. That's what they do. And change is the name of the game. Because if you stay the same, you are going to get the same and worse. Now, let's say you believe that you're a true believer in God and you love your family. Let's say you actually believe it. I didn't say it's true. I said you believe it. Let's say you believe that shit. Who would want to change that? Nobody. It would be like this. Let's say you went to the Greyhound bus station down on Florida Boulevard in Baton Rouge. And in front of you, they had a bus. And the bus was going to El Paso, Texas. You wanted to go to El Paso, Texas. But you believe you already in El Paso, Texas. Would you get on the bus?
No.
Because you believe you're somewhere, you're really not. And people who really believe they love their families by their actions, and who are true believers in God by their actions, let's say they really believe that, even though it's not true. And we got a bus that's going to take you there. Would you get on the bus? Because you believe you're somewhere, you're really. Who would want to take those steps to change if they already believe they're that person? Nobody. So the key to this whole thing is to get you to see who and what you really are, not what you think you are. Because what you think you are And what you actually are is like night and day. Now, you are not what you think you are. But the way that you think, that's what you are. And I'll repeat that in case you didn't get it. You're not what you think you are. So you come in here and you think you're something that you're not. But what you actually are is the way that you've been thinking. And I'm telling you, if you're anything like I was 20-something years ago, my thinking was very dishonest, inconsiderate, selfish, self-centered, and self-seeking. I didn't care about nobody but my damn. Now, out my mouth, I would say, I love my family. I'm a true believer in God. And I would turn around and do the complete damn opposite. You're not like that, are you? Do this one. Look. Well, shit broke your face, didn't it? Y'all turn y'all's big books to page 62. Where's your book at? You done lost more than the book. Come get this book right here. I doubt you can find it. Well, you just had to use mine, so obviously you can't find it. Page 62. Do you read okay? Huh? You just can't read those prescription Bibles that say take one every 4 hours
That's right.
and don't mix with alcohol?
That's right. I don't drink
How
alcohol.
you read that shit? Take 42
Take 10.
every 30 minutes. Read that big book, page 62, the first paragraph down, exactly like it said. Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't change any words. Don't take any words out, and don't add any words to it. Because if you take words out, or add words to it, or change words, you change the whole aspect of the big book. Therefore, it wouldn't be the program of Alcoholics Anonymous anymore. It will be the program of you. And we didn't come here to work the program of you. Right? So read it just like it says, clear and loud. The big book. Look, read it loud like when you was hollering for dope. Woo! Loud, go.
Selfishness and self.
Where the fuck did you get and? It didn't say and.
I didn't say and.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Read it just like it said.
Selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our trouble.
Stop. Now, what did it say was the root of your trouble? What did it say?
Selfishness, self-centeredness.
Not done. What did it say was the root of your trouble?
Selfishness, self-centered.
Yeah. You?
Selfishness.
Not crack. Yeah. What did it say was the root of your trouble? Read it.
Driven by.
No. You. What did it say? Say it. Not drinking like a fish. Now, how many of y'all, every time you get backed in a corner by the legal system, by your family, by finance, by work, by family, how many of y'all, every time you get backed in a corner, this is the first thing that comes to your mind? I gotta quit using. I gotta quit, because that's what you think it is. And at that point in time, guess what you do? You quit. But you don't stay quit very long, because you start again. Now, how many of y'all have ever said, hey, the reason I'm in this predicament is because I'm a selfish, self-centered ass person? None of y'all. Y'all keep blaming everything on the drinking and the drugging. Now, don't get me wrong. Is drinking and drugging a problem for you? Absolutely. Is it the root of your troubles? No, it never has been. Look, how many of y'all, the only thing you ever focus on when you get jammed up in a corner is the using part? You try to quit altogether, which fails. You try not to get caught, which fails miserably. You try to change what you're using. You try to use less. You try to use more. You try to use different shit. But the only thing you ever focus on is the using part. And what do you keep doing? Using. If I told you, don't think of pink, what are you thinking of? If I told you, don't think of pink, what are you thinking of? Same thing, a fucking color. If all you think about is the using part, I'm telling you, you're gonna keep using.
Yeah.
If you would start thinking about changing, guess what you would start to do?
Change.
That's right, class. And if you start to change, guess what you will not want to do? It's so simple, people like you screw it up. Because you try to outthink the shit. And I'm telling you, you can't. Now, if you don't want to change, this will not work. It absolutely won't work. Now, when do you start changing? Right now. If you can't shut your mouth, start shutting it. If you won't open your mouth, start opening it. See, that would be change. If you would start talking a little bit and coming out, would that be a change for you? If you would shut your trap, would that be a change for you? See, I'm telling you, the name of the game, it's change. That's what this is about. Keep reading. Driven by.
Driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion.
Hold on a minute. You want to open your book for us? Thank you. Good.
Driven by 100 forms of fear, delusion.
Start back, driven by, and read it exactly like it says. Go.
Driven by 100 forms of fear, self-delusion, self-seeking, and self-pity, we step on the toes of our fellows, and they retaliate.
Now, it says you're driven by 100 forms of fear. Not 100 fears, 100 forms of fear. How many of y'all in here right now fear you're not going to get what your selfish ass wants? How many of y'all fear you're going to lose something you already have? And the biggest fear you have is people are going to figure you out for the fake ass person that you really are. Now, when somebody like you and me are driven by fear, what we do next is a bunch of self-deluded nonsense. We will do shit we know is 100% wrong, but up here we will make ourselves believe the shit we just did is okay. And it's because you're trying to satisfy one thing. That's called self. You're a self-seeking person. Now, when you're driven by fear, self-delusion, and self-seeking, how many of y'all screw some shit up? And when you do, the last one kicks in. It's called self-pity. Your bottom lip pokes out like everybody in mid-city can ride home on it. And it says you step on the toes of your fellows. Now, have you been stepping on people's toes? Whose toes have you been stepping on the most? And don't say yourself. I know you was. That's how selfish and self-centered you are. No, just answer the question. Maybe those children? Yeah, well, you think about it. No, you don't have to. I already know the answer. Whose toes have you been stepping on them? Huh? Yeah, the same one you say out your mouth so dearly, huh? I would hate to see if you hated her what you would do to her. since you love her so much, what would you do if she made your little baby feel like you make her feel? What would you do to her?
Mad.
Huh?
I just be mad.
I didn't ask you how you would feel. I said, what would you do?
Beat her up, I guess, I don't know.
Ooh, you'd try, huh? Now, if she made her feel like you make her feel, you wouldn't stand for it, would you? Would you? Because you could see the truth just like that, what she's doing, huh? Well, when you make her feel like that, you justify it, you rationalize it, and you make yourself believe the shit you just did is okay. And you know what that baby actually wished? It was her. Instead of, yeah. See, how many of y'all, if somebody else treated your people like you do, you wouldn't stand for it. But when you do it, you justify it, you rationalize it, and you make yourself believe some errant nonsense. That's the only way you can live with yourself. Because you know. You actually already know. It just takes an asshole with ears like me to get you to see it. But you already know. Don't you? Don't you? Ain't no supposed to it. You do. See, and every time you get a little glimpse of yourself, this is what you have to do. Every time you get a glimpse, this is what you have to do. Keep reading.
Sometimes they hurt us seemingly without provocation.
Now, every time you step on people's toes and they retaliate, this is what you say. I don't know why they're doing that to me. I didn't do anything. You think they just come up unprovoked for no reason and do the shit to you. And I'm telling you, people never come up to you unprovoked and hurt you. You do something to set the ball rolling. But you can't never see what you do. That's why you think everybody else is doing it unprovoked. See those parents you said you didn't love? Didn't you say that to me? Who's taking care of your child?
Her dad.
Right. Do you think he asked for that? Who put him in that position?
Me.
Yeah. And so when he acts a certain way because you put him in that position, you get mad at him, huh? Instead of looking at you. Guess what he would probably love more than anything? For you to take care of her. Keep reading. Or you just left off.
Yeah. But we invariably find that at some time in the past, we have made decisions based on
Based on what?
self.
You sure it don't say dope? Huh? It says self. Ain't that some shit? See, how many of y'all, before y'all come in here, y'all keep thinking you make decisions based on drugs and alcohol that put you in positions to be hurt. So quite naturally, the only thing you ever try to change is the drinking and, because that's what you think it is. Once somebody like me starts seeing the truth, it ain't drugs and alcohol. It never was that. It was me. Always me. But I had to blame it on something other than me. So I blamed it on drugs and it was my addiction. I guarantee we can separate you from drugs and alcohol, which I think we've already done. And guess what we still got? A dishonest, inconsiderate, selfish, self-centered, self-seeking person. And the most insane thing that you ever do, you do it stone cold sober. And that's put the first one in. And you do that shit sober. but you blame everything on, I used too much, which is about the only truthful thing you've ever said. No, you can't. Now, if you really love somebody like you say you do out your mouth, every decision you make would be based on what's best for them and not you. Now, how old is that little girl? 4 years old. When's the last time you went to make a decision? You with me? And you based your decision on what was best for that little girl, you with me? And got hurt by it. You want me to tell you when? Never. I'm not saying you've never made decisions based on what's best for her. You have, huh? What I'm saying is you've never been hurt by that. Now, have you been getting hurt by a lot of your decisions lately? You know why? You base them on self. See, if you really loved her, look at it. You really loved her, every decision you made would be based on what's best for her and not right. So don't tell me how much you love somebody when you keep making decisions based on what you want. Because if you really loved them, you would make every decision based on what's best for them and not you. Keep reading.
Which later placed us in a position to be hurt.
Now, when you place yourself in positions to be hurt because of your decision, how many of y'all want to spin that shit around and blame everybody else for your decision? You never want to say, me. It's me. It's always been me. It's always somebody else's fault. You never take responsibility for how you feel. Look, if you happy, that's your damn fault. And if you sad, that's your damn fault. Quit blaming everybody else for how you feel or don't feel. Because anytime you put your happiness in another human being's hands, you will never ever be truly happy. Now, how many of y'all let her ass hijack y'all the way y'all thought this morning? And whose fault is that? It ain't hers. If you let her push your button, guess what she's been taught to do? That's right, because that's all she knows. Now, how many of y'all are just as sick or sicker than her? But you want to look down your nose at her when you are in the same damn boat as her. Look, if you can see it in her, that means it's within you. If you spot it, you got it. And when you point the finger at her, look how many's pointing back. I hope you're listening to this too. I didn't say here, I said listening. I mean, somewhere up here something's messed up with you. I didn't say one word about hearing. There ain't a doubt in my mind people don't hear me, because I speak loud. But very few actually listen. Keep reading. Why you closed your book? Keep reading.
So our troubles, we think, are basically of our own making.
The hell you say? Read that again.
So our troubles, we think, are basically of our own making.
Ain't that some shit? Now, how many of y'all, it's always somebody else's fault? Always. I didn't like what they talked to me. I didn't like what they said. like you've never said anything to offend people before. You know, it amazes me how y'all come in here and now you're not using it and you think you've been rendered white as snow. It just amazes me. Keep reading. We almost finished. Thank God.
They arise out of ourselves, and the alcoholic is an extreme example of self-will run riot.
Though she usually doesn't think so.
That's right.
I know. Now, how many of y'all in here, not one time have you ever said, hey, it ain't the drugs and the alcohol. Me. If you had said that, your ass wouldn't be in here. Look,
But I'm here.
this is what I hear when I hear you. This is what I hear when I hear you talk. Blah, 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 diggity, blah. Keep reading.
Above everything, we alcoholics must be rid of this
It
selfishness.
says above everything. Now, I want you to close your books, and I want you to look up here. Look, don't look at the floor. Yoo-hoo! Close your book. Don't look at the floor. I want you to look up here. From here on out, when we walk out of here, I'm telling you right now, all that little shit show this morning in here, if it happens again, I'm telling you, the one that's stirring it up is leaving. Now, before we move out of here, who does not understand what I just said? Because what I will never allow is one person to keep somebody from getting this who really wants it. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Now, did you understand what I just said? It's yes or no. It's yes or no. Did you? Did you? Did you? Okay. Now, you want some help? You want some help? Do you? You're in the right place then. You look scared to death back there, but you ain't saying nothing. You ain't gotta be scared of me. I'm here to help you. I ain't here to hurt you. Y'all get ready for lunch. Give me my book back.
Yes, no, I'm not sure. I can't see why not. I don't know what time is it.